Good evening, everyone. My name is Dan Whitfield. I'm the independent candidate for United States Senate here in Arkansas. Give me just 1 second. I'll get this video started and shared, and we can get started with our weekly updates. Now, I was pretty sick. I had the flu this week, or this last week, so I didn't get quite as much accomplished as I wish to have been able to do. But we did still make some progress. All right, let me start that there. All right. And I guess I actually did have a fairly eventful week despite being sick. So I'm going to do kind of an update and a Q&A like always. Now, I know I don't always see the questions that everybody asks, so I will answer as many questions as I see in the comments. And then anyone that asks a question that I don't see while I'm doing my live stream, I'll come back afterwards and answer your questions. So let me give a few people some time to get on here. Let me turn this volume down here. Yeah, and it's 6:02, so we will get started at about 6:03. All right, got 7 people online. Awesome. All right, so let's start over. My name is Dan Whitfield. I'm running for the United States Senate as an independent. And the reason I'm running as an independent is because I believe that our representatives should answer to their constituents and not to a political party. And that's why I'm an independent. As an independent, it gives me some unique mobility where I can go and caucus with Republicans, listen to their concerns, and then I can go back and caucus with the Democrats, relay the concerns, listen to their concerns, and I can mediate solutions back and forth. Because right now, with our political division we're facing, we just have people arguing back and forth, and their arguments are just falling upon deaf ears. Nothing's getting accomplished. So that's why I'm running as an independent. And all right, got 12 people on, so I will go ahead and I'll get started with my updates for the week. So the first thing that I'll talk about is last Sunday on February 16th, Nikki had her birthday. Happy birthday, Nikki. Thank you so much for sharing your special day with me. It was a blast. We had a great time. We got a whole lot of signatures. A lot of people came who were curious to get to know me and who wanted to, wish Nikki happy birthday and share the day with her. So we had some fun songs. I mean, the whole night, it was such a great experience. And thank you so much, Nikki, for putting it together and allowing me to partake in your day. I might get some of those videos of some of these songs uploaded here onto my page here soon for everybody to see, because there are some really cool songs on there. So that was Sunday. Now, the rest of the week was kind of a blur. I've been really sick. I'm still kind of sick even today. Let's see. Some of the things that I did this week. I went to the Garland County Farm Bureau meeting in Hot Springs. So I drove 3.5 hours to Hot Springs. I got to meet a lot of other candidates that are running for local office in that area in Garland County. Mr. Ricky Harrington, Libertarian, running against me, was there as well. So we had another great conversation. It's such a shame that Senate doesn't run with, have running mates. Because, me and Ricky would have made a great team. He signed my petition. I got a lot of signatures while I was there, met great people. Unfortunately, One National College didn't allow Mr. Ricky or myself to speak. So hopefully sometime before November, they'll throw another event where we can both speak. But that was the Garland County Farm Bureau meeting. I went to Western Sizzlin for the senior Democrat meeting, where I got to speak with even more, local Democrats, which was really cool. I got a lot of signatures that day as well. I think I got 35 signatures that day, so that was pretty good. That was a great experience, and I'm working on being able to get to the point where I can speak with that group as well. I have no problem coming to your different county meetings, meeting y'all, answering any questions you guys have. And if you would like for me to speak, make sure you, schedule it with your party leadership and get your party leadership to okay it first, and then get a time scheduled or a group of times that are available, and let me know, and I can get it on my schedule, and I can come out and I can actually talk with y'all, let you know about, or let your friends, because y'all obviously know my platform and who I am, but I can let the people know who I am and answer their questions firsthand like that. Another thing I did this last week, at Northwest Arkansas Community College, the Benton County Farm Bureau meeting, they had a candidate forum there. So I got to go and speak very briefly, a nice 3-minute speech about local ag. And I mean, that was, thank you all so much for having me come to that last minute. That was really cool of y'all. I was really sick and my daughter was sick, and she was such a trooper. She was just laying on my lap, and she fell asleep, and then I laid her across the chairs, and I felt so bad. She was sniffling and coughing, but yeah, so even though we're sick, we're still making it out, just using a lot of hand sanitizer, trying to keep from spreading any of the germs. For any of you virologists, with the common flu, you are only contagious during the incubation period, which is before you even show symptoms, and after you start showing symptoms, your bodies begin to fight the virus, and it's weak, and you can't spread it as easily that way. So yeah, I went to the Benton County Farm Bureau meeting and the Garland County Farm Bureau meeting, both this last week. Now, I'm trying to get a connection in with the Farm Bureau because they obviously have meetings all over the state, and I need to make sure that I'm getting to all of these different Farm Bureau meetings because it's a great opportunity for me to actually get out and meet some more Republicans and more conservatives, because I'm not just representing the progressives and the Democrats and the independents and Green Party, and I'm representing everybody. So I need to be hearing concerns from all different aspects. So I'm going to be working on getting more of these Farm Bureau meetings scheduled in. I think I've been to 3 of them now, but I would like to double that number within the next week or 2. One afternoon this week, I went out to the Benton County Revenue Office, and I hung out for about 4 hours. I talked to constituents. I got about 80 signatures that day myself. That was really cool. Even a lot of Tom Cotton supporters signed my petition, sat and talked with me and wanted to know more about who I am and why I want to represent them. And I think I may have been able to sway a couple of his voters over that day. But I was able to get 80 signatures myself that day, which every signature helps. So upcoming events on February 24th, they're having a Benton County Democrat meeting at the Golden Corral, which is like a mile away from my work. So my normal lunch hours for my work are from 12 to 1:30. So I should get there maybe around 12:15, and I'll stay until about 1:15. So I'll be there for an hour on my lunch break so I don't get in trouble at work. And then on February 25th, I believe that's Tuesday, I'll be heading down to Paris to meet with their, county, I think it's a Democratic county meeting as well at 5:30 p.m. in Paris. So I know I have a lot of updates with my events, past events, upcoming events, and it can be really confusing. So what I did was I added onto my website just a few days ago. Let me see here. ReplaceTomCotton.com. So if you go to ReplaceTomCotton.com, you can now look for a tab. Oh no, why isn't this updated? Let me refresh. Let me clear my cache and try this again. Alright, let's try this again. ReplaceTomCotton.com. Oh no, and I don't have my phone. Let's try from Internet Explorer. Well, I added a new tab on here. I'm a little sad it's not showing up because I know it should be working. It's working on my phone. Alright, ReplaceTomCotton.com. Alright, DanWittCongress.us. Hey, there we go. All right, so just my cache in Firefox is not resetting. So if you go to ReplaceTomCotton.com, there's a new tab and it says Upcoming Events. So with this Upcoming Events tab, there's an interactive map where you can see my past and my upcoming events. Past events will be the yellow markers, and you can click one of the yellow markers. It'll tell you, the date, and you can see where the marker is for where I was and what I was doing there. Now, the blue tabs, I'm going to click the one that's over Paris, and it says 225, which is going to be Tuesday, and it says Paris, Arkansas, 100 North Express Street, Logan County Democrat meeting, 5:30 p.m. There you go, Logan County Dems. So you can see real quick where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be there. That way, if you would like to sign the petition, you can just show up to any of these events. They're all open to the public. It doesn't matter if it's a Democrat meeting, Republican meeting, or whatever. Everyone is always still welcome. And then I can see 419 Fayetteville, Arkansas, 15 West Mountain Street, Green Heart Festival, 5:30 p.m. So check out the upcoming events tab. It makes it a little bit easier to keep track of where I am and when I'm going to be in your area. If you're looking at this upcoming events tab and you don't see that I'm going to be in your area anytime soon, what you can do is you can always message me or email me, and you can let me know, hey, I've got 5 friends. They don't know who you are, but they want to know who you are, and they have some questions. Can you come out and talk with us? Just, send me a message. I will get an event scheduled like that, and I can come do an in-house Q&A. If you're a student at the university, talk to your local groups or any kind of staff, your political science department at your school, and ask them, be like, hey, I would like to help schedule an event for Dan Whitfield, a candidate for the United States Senate, to come out to our school and talk to our students. And if you can get an event like that scheduled, send me a message. We'll find a date and time that works for the staff and myself, and I can come out and I can do events that way. So if you would like to get me over there and you want to hear what I have to say, you have questions, just reach out to me, get an event scheduled, and I will put that on my map. That way everybody can see it. Let me get back to my comments here. All right. And, that way we can make sure that I'm all over the state talking to everybody we can. So that is my upcoming events tab. Now, another update I had with my website is you can go to the replacetomcotton.com, go to Signature Collection, and now at the top of the Signature Collection page here, if it'll load on my super slow computer, you'll see that there's actually a countdown timer on here now. And with this countdown timer, Internet Explorer is so terrible. There we go. On the Signature Collection tab, at the very top, you can see a timer. And it tells you right now we have 67 days, 4 hours, and 30 minutes left until I need to get these signatures heading towards the state capitol. I set the deadline for midnight at April 30th because I have to turn them in by 12 o'clock noon on May 1st. So keep an eye on that deadline. As it gets closer, we're going to need to, buckle down and get even more signatures and work a little bit harder. Now, just to clear up any confusion that we may have, because I throw out different numbers all the time for different things. I need 10,000 verified signatures to get my name on the ballot in November. So what that means is 10,000 of the signatures I turn in have to be verified. They're not going to say every single signature I turn in is verified. They're going to throw a lot of them out, unfortunately. When the Libertarian Party went through a similar process last year, I believe they turned in somewhere around 17,000 and only 12,449 were counted or something like that. So my goal is to turn in 17,500 signatures. That way, if they throw out 7,000, which is like 70% of the signatures, we'll be okay. We'll still have more than 10,000. We'll get our ballot access. And that's why, I'm saying 17,500 is our goal, not 10,000. 10,000 is the required verified amount. Now, also on the signature tab here, you can see the P.O. box, where after you print off your sheets or you receive them in the mail and you get your friends and family to sign them, that's where you mail it to, P.O. Box 5099, Bella Vista, Arkansas 72714. You can also see the PDF file, and you can download the actual form. That's not a good example. You can actually download the form, and you can print it. Just make sure that it's printed on legal size paper. It has to be legal size. I'm still getting some on letter size paper, which is okay. I'm still going to turn them in. I'm not going to throw them out. But we want to make sure that we can get as many counted as possible. So what I'm holding right here, these are the sheets that, these are all filled out, and these are signature sheets that I have in hand. So this is what my count is going off of right now. So our count right now officially, with what I have in hand, not what people have done and haven't turned in yet, is it's about 950, about 95 sheets. So we do have a lot more that we need to get. But 950, I mean, that's nothing to be bashful about. That's awesome. You guys are so great. I'm getting so many in the mail. Yesterday, I got 200 in the mail just yesterday alone. So that's really awesome. I know you guys are starting to get out and mail them. I'm checking my P.O. box every day, and every day I have 5 to 10 letters. So thank you guys so much for all of your help and, volunteering your time. I know all of our time is very valuable, and we wouldn't be able to do this without you. This is how a grassroots movement grows. This is how a political revolution happens. When enough people are just tired of the status quo, they're tired of working their asses off every day, living paycheck to paycheck, and never having the opportunity of actually pursuing the American dream, which is promised to us in our Constitution, that's when people start to mobilize and say enough is enough. And that's how we build this grassroots movement. And that's why you guys are just so important and amazing, and thank you so much. But that's where we're at with the signature collection. Now, sorry, I got a little off track. One of the things I added onto the website, replacetomcotton.com, underneath the signature collection tab, is an interactive signature collection map. So say you live over in Hot Springs. You can go over the Hot Springs arrow real quick. There's 2 different colors. Green are volunteers who have offered for me to publicize their information. So you can contact one of the green volunteers, and they will allow you to meet up with them and sign their petition. The yellow dots are volunteers who are collecting privately who didn't want me to release their information to the public. So it's completely understandable. I appreciate all the help we can get, whether you're willing to meet up with strangers and collect theirs, or whether you're not and you're just willing to go to your friends and family. That's great. Everything helps. So that's what the 2 different colors are. Green are public and yellow are private. So if you're in Hot Springs, you can click that green drop down right there, and it'll say Hot Springs Volunteers, and you can see right away in the description, and Nancy, you can text her at this number, or Lee, you can text at this number, and you can meet up with them, schedule a time when you both are available, and you can sign their petition. So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible with the interactive maps and such. And I'll keep updating these interactive maps. I'm about to mail out 25 more signature sheets, I'm about to mail signature sheets out to 25 more people tomorrow. And don't forget, the people who won my first and second week prizes, I'll be sending those out tomorrow as well. I got them ready. I just need to get them out to the mailbox. And then I've also been adding and updating, volunteers' names underneath the map. You can see what city they're in and just contact them that way as well. Just trying to make it as easy as possible for us to get these signatures in. So let me check real quick, and I will read back on comments. Thank you for joining us, Melissa. It's nice to see you. I don't think I had mentioned this before, but I think it was the week before last. Melissa helped organize a radio interview for myself. So I think I did mention it briefly on my live stream, but I was able to go on 95.7, and I got to do, I think it ended up being a 35-minute interview. Originally, he's like, yeah, I can give you 15 minutes and you can talk about your policy and such. But the interview went really great, went 35 minutes, and I was able to talk a lot about immigration reform, different things that are really important, like abolishing ICE, super important, a clear path to residency or citizenship, and just different struggles that we're facing when it comes to the immigration status. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, the map is great. It was actually Heather who had started working on a map, and she showed it to me. I'm like, wow, this is a really cool idea. And I just kind of modified it a little bit and was able to add all of the information that I had into it, and it turned out really great. Let's see. Can you post a counter for the amount of signatures we have at any given time? So again, it's hard because people tell me all day, every day, oh, I've got 3 pages, I've got 5, I've got 10 pages, but I don't have them in my hand. And I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves by counting signatures that may not get into my hands. So what I'll do is I do have a graph at the bottom of the signature collection sheet, and I haven't really updated it much. I'll update it with what I have here in my hands. But as they come in the mail every single night, I can go on and I can update that graph to the current count of how many verified I have, and it'll be a lot more accurate towards where we're at and where we need to be. When I did the math the last time, it was looking like we approximately need to get 235 signatures every single day, which is a lot of signatures. Now, we've got over 200 volunteers out there. What that means, though, is if all of our volunteers could just get 1 a day, that would be great. And since that's probably not going to happen, if 1/10 of our volunteers could get maybe 20 a day, or something like that. But we need to get 235 signatures a day. If you haven't done it already, there are some other places you can collect signatures that we've been talking about. When you go to mass or when you go to church on Sunday, you can bring a binder to church, and they may not let you bring the binder inside because it has to do with politics, but you can definitely talk to people and have them come out and sign at your car. I know a lot of people are fed up with Tom Cotton, and they're more than happy to sign. Just need to talk to them, need to let them know. And if your church is interested in having me come and speak, I know I can't take an endorsement from a church. We would never tell anybody who to vote for, but I can always come and attend your service and answer any questions people have. I have no problem doing that. Just let me know, talk with their leadership, let me know in advance, and then I can make sure I can get it in my schedule so that I don't plan anything else that morning. I've had people talk about parks. Parks are great. We actually had a little bit of warm weather this week, and I think it should be warming up in the next couple weeks. So maybe in mid-March or something like that, go out to the park. Put a table up or just walk around with a binder. Be like, hey, how are you doing? There's an independent running for the United States Senate here in Arkansas. And as an independent, his primary is to get 10,000 signatures. Would you mind signing this petition just to help get his name on the ballot? It's not a vote. It's not a commitment. It's just saying that part of our democratic process is to have someone's name on the ballot. And this is it. And you can get a lot of signatures that way. So that's parks. Post offices are I've been getting kind of back and forth. I have some people collecting at post offices and some people not, because I believe a post office is federal, but the building may be private. So if it's a federal post office on federal property, you're good. But if it's a federal post office on private property, then it's kind of up to whatever the staff inside wants, if they want you out there or not. Revenue office, the DMV. Wow. I was out in front of the DMV for 4 hours and I got 80 signatures. And that was after a lot of no thank yous. A lot of people coming up, well, do you support President Trump? I'm like, well, there's some things he's done, that I can agree with. And there's some things he's done that I don't like at all. They're like, well, are you going to vote for him? Well, I'm not sure who I'm going to vote for yet. Oh, that's all I need to hear. And they just walk away. It happens every once in a while. You get over it. So DMV revenue offices, those are great. Really good hot spots. Can you think of any other places people have been talking about collecting signatures?
In front of Walmart?
I don't know if they'll let you in front of Walmart because it's private property. Just, bring it to work. They say you can't talk about politics at work. I understand that. But you can always have it in your car and have your coworkers come out and sign the petition in your car. That works as well. Technically, your employer can't do anything to you about talking about politics because the most protected portion of the First Amendment is talking about politics. They just don't want you to think that. Farmers markets. Yes, Mr. John, thank you. Yeah, that was another one someone had suggested to me, which I'm going to try to make the Fayetteville Farmers Market Saturday morning because they do theirs indoor. But as the weather starts warming up, I believe a lot of farmers markets will start in March. Farmers markets are great. We know they're local farmers. they're more progressive people, they will sign. So farmers markets, great. Thank you, Mr. John. So yeah, we need to get some signatures in. Signatures. Now, another thing that I was doing was from February 9th until February 20th, I have all of my donations recorded. Anybody who donated $10 in that 11-day period is going to get a free yard sign. And I'm doing this in increments of 10. So if you donated $50 between that period, you're going to get 5 yard signs. I don't have yard signs yet. We are going to get our yard signs as soon as possible. But from the poll that I made, I know a lot of people are donating, and I don't want people that are, giving their money towards our campaign just to feel like we're not listening. So that's why I do polling. That's why I ask you how you feel I should spend your money. And it seemed like a large majority of people said that it would be better to spend money on signatures right now than on yard signs. Because if we don't get on the ballot, there's no point in having a yard sign. So it's hard. I really have a hard decision to make. Am I going to spend some money for a canvassing company to help us collect signatures, or are our volunteers going to be able to do it without that help? It's just such a hard call. It's almost like, should I just take leave from my job so I can go out every day and collect signatures? Because that would be
She won't let you. She'll fire you.
Well, even if she fires me, that would be 1/5 of the cost of hiring the canvassing company. So I have decisions to make here shortly. If I do hire the canvassing company, we'll spend $5,000 in donations, and that $5,000 will only go towards 2,000 signatures.
You don't have 5,000 right now, though.
We don't have 5,000 right now, but we're getting close. I think we're somewhere between 4,000 and 4,500.
No, you're not.
So I do have decisions to make, and I will make those decisions this week. They are hard decisions. It's just, what's the best way to do it to make sure that our name is on the ballot in November? Because if there is an option next to Tom Cotton, if it's either Tom Cotton or Dan Whitfield, we're going to have representation here in Arkansas. Tom Cotton's not going to win again. I'm very confident. I hope y'all are confident, but that's just the way it is right now. The last poll that I circulated, even through Republican groups, through conservative groups, all over the place, still has me like 86% ahead. So let's see. Too bad you didn't have people, including yourself, work the Mardi Gras parades this weekend. As the Arkansans for Cannabis Amendment got over 1,000 signatures. Wow. That is pretty awesome. No, I didn't even know about the Mardi Gras event this weekend. I wish I would have known, because I most definitely would have been there. Huh?
You were sick.
Well, actually, yesterday I did my concealed carry training too. So I did that, and that was busy yesterday. I'll be getting my enhanced here in the next couple weeks. But let's see here. Moving on. So that's where we're at with signature count and yard signs. So a big milestone, actually, we finished our FEC filing. We did our first FEC report, and wow, I understand why Josh Mahoney didn't do it right 5 times in a row. It is a lot of work.
It's not a lot of work. I'm your treasurer.
Yeah, well, my wife is awesome. I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. I'm just lucky I married an accountant. But we got the FEC filing done. Everything's accurate. I'm not sure how long it takes for them to upload for the public to be able to go in and look. But all that information should be there with all of our donations, all of our expenses, and all those different things. Even though with my expenses, you can go to replacetomcotton.com and you can look. I think I changed the name of the tab. I think I changed it to New Age Democracy. If you click New Age Democracy, then you can click Donations Spent, and you can download the expenses to see where we've spent every single dollar for the campaign. But we've had donors from, 23 different states or something like that? So 23 different states have donated to our campaign. A majority of our donations, of course, are still coming here from Arkansas. It's just people are donating small amounts here and there because nobody likes Tom Cotton. And they want to see us win. They like the idea of a grassroots movement.
Go back to signature and look for the leader every city. That's my
I
suggestion right now.
okay, I'll do that
No,
at
go
the
back
end.
right now because you don't know people are gonna stay until the end.
Yeah, I'll do that at the end. So another thing, because I'm almost there. So I've been doing guest interviews where I'll have like a person come and then talk about what it's like to live in Arkansas, you know, in their career field or with whatever medical condition they have. I wasn't able to get the social worker in, just a miss of communication. But what I'm going to try to do, someone did point something out to me. I know your all's time is very valuable, and I do it on the weekend in the evening, so not everybody can attend and watch. And you don't want to be sitting here for 2-3 hours listening to these stories. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to break my live streams into two. I'll have if someone wants to share their experience, then we can meet up at some point during the week and we can do our live stream. And then I will do just my regular update live streams on the weekend where we just go over this real quick. Like we're 32 minutes in right now. So I've got about 28 more minutes with y'all before I let you guys go. Maybe even less because I'm actually almost done. And I'm about ready to go make some dinner. Can you flip the steaks?
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Just go focus on the signature. Those interview, it doesn't necessary at this point.
Okay. Lots of opinions. So, guest interviews, separate live stream. The last thing I wanted to talk about is I have been looking into billboards. I'm not going to be purchasing any billboards right now, but I just wanted to educate you all a little bit about what goes into it. So the best billboards I can find right now are the company Lamar. They have a lot of the digital billboards that are going around. So the digital billboards cost about $2,800 per month per billboard. So it can get kind of expensive to get some of these billboards. So that's going to be definitely something later on down the road. But I just wanted to give you guys a kind of a breakdown on the cost of how much those are. Some of the cheaper electronic billboards are going to be about $2,300, but the electronic billboards are the way to go. Because if you do one of the other companies where they have vinyls, you have to pay like $600 just for the vinyl, and then you're going to pay $2,000 for the billboard for a month, and then you have to pay installation fees and uninstallation fees and all these other things. So digital billboards are the way to go. So eventually when we get to that spot, if we wanted to get 10 billboards for 1 month, it would be about $30,000. So if we wanted to get 10 billboards throughout the entire state for, say 3 months, it would be about, $90,000, getting close to $100,000. So just kind of an idea on how much it costs. Now, what my wife was talking about is we're trying to figure out the best way to organize our volunteers. And I need to get some people set up to lead in different areas. So I'm going to be reaching out to some volunteers. I can't even talk about this because we haven't talked about it enough. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet.
Well, if people wants to lead. Okay, so there's so many volunteer signature collectors.
Yes.
Let's put it out there. Fayetteville, you have like quite a few. Pick one person, at least 1 or 2 people that willing to be like some sort of like a manager that they will manage those 10 people underneath them in a way that that way those 2 people that's gonna be your leader for those signature, they will report to you. Let's pick up Eureka Spring. Mr. Jim Wallace is listening right now, I think. He will be your coordinator on Eureka Spring. So if there's a lot of people collecting signature, it's gonna be reporting under him.
I understand. It's just, are there people that are willing to take that much responsibility?
Ask them. I know there are people. I've been seeing a lot of comments.
All right. So that's something we'll be working on. We'll talk about my wife and I more this evening, and I'll figure out, it's a lot to ask someone to basically manage a group of people for free. I don't have any money to pay y'all to do it.
Okay, yeah.
If you all are willing to be like a group leader for your area, I mean, I'd appreciate it. It's just, it's really hard to ask that from you guys and not being able to pay you. Oh, that's my wife. She just doesn't come on the video often. You can come on the video. No? Okay. So it's just hard to ask y'all to do that. But I mean, if you're willing to manage a group of volunteers in your area, that would be a huge help right now. Let's see here. Monica, you are awesome. So what I'll do is anyone who's willing to help and collect signature sheets from the volunteers in their area, be a lead contact and things like that, send me a message and I'll get a list of people made. I'll make a Facebook group for us so we can all communicate a little better back and forth and things like that.
They're gonna be your coordinator, like Fayetteville. I'm sure Nikki, she doesn't mind. Like she wants to be like a hub on this area, and Fayetteville is so big, so you can get at least 3 people, different angle. And
I know it's just so much to ask someone to do on top of their life.
I understand that. I know you're hesitant, but if they're willing to do it, that would be great. And that way, every week we can meet and talk, and then they can all report to you what's the progress, because the signature collection is really important.
And if we do it that way, actually, if I can get some leads in different areas, so say like big hub areas like Fayetteville, Little Rock, Jonesboro, Hot Springs, Eureka Springs, if I can get a group of like 10 people, that I can really trust to have signature sheets and count them, then I can work on my nightly updates and communicate with all them and get our signature count updated nightly before they're actually in my hand. We can get those sheets in their hands, and then they can focus on getting those sheets to me. That way we can have a more accurate count as well. Let's see here. I'm going to go back and read a couple of these comments. The deadline, Mr. Thomas, is May 1st at 12 o'clock noon on this, at the Capitol, 12 o'clock noon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be collecting the signature sheets at the latest mid-April. That way I can get them, all collected together and verified. And then I will turn them in probably April 30th is what I'm hoping to do. Wow, it's so crazy. It's not going to move, but on my computer, I've got a set of comments, and I have a whole different set of comments.
There's already a couple people
from here. It's crazy. So I'll start here, and that's when the deadline is. May 1st is the deadline, but if you can get the sheets to me as soon as possible, if you get 1 or 2 sheets filled out and you feel that's all you're going to do, get them mailed in. If you get 2 sheets filled out, if you just get 5 signatures and you're like, well, this is everyone I know, that's all I can do, then get it mailed in. Don't wait until the last minute if you can. That way I can get them counted in towards the credit.
Use the phone. There's a lot of comments now.
I will. Farmers markets, Mr. John. So too bad you don't have people, including yourself, work the Mardi Gras. I know. I wish I could have done that. Now, as far as that goes, there are some events coming up where we can get a lot of signatures. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Easter is coming up. And 420, since I do support the federal decriminalization of cannabis, including expunging nationally expunging possession and paraphernalia charges, possibly other cannabis-related crimes, depending on where we go. I think 420 is going to be a huge day. We should be able to get a lot of signatures on 420 because there are a lot of Arkansans who minor drug offenses have really hurt their lives. And those are the people that if they sign our petition, I can help their lives. So we need to, 420 will be big. There are some events, and it is too bad we missed the Mardi Gras. Good places to get signatures, North Little Rock Electric and City Works Building. Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you. Oh, man, you added a whole bunch. Let's see here. Senior citizen centers. Absolutely. So I also want to protect disability. I want to protect Medicare, and I want to expand Social Security. So a lot of these programs that we're fighting to protect, when my opponent is fighting to cut these programs, that's a lot of people that will be willing to sign the petition. They just don't know or don't have the access. So senior centers would be great. Gyms. Let's see. Yeah. So home RV boat and flower garden show season stuff. Okay. So yeah, all the different festivals, food truck events, sporting, everything. Yeah, exactly is coming up. Oh, Pride Parade is coming up.
We need a leader. Do we need a leader for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to be ready.
Concert venues, farmers markets, river market. So let's see here. Oh, and Monica, and thank you so much for offering to help, Monica. Send me a message, and I'll get you added onto my list and get a group created for all of us. And thank you so much, Melissa. I'll get you added for your Springdale area as well. 50 signatures today. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Mr. John. It's so great. Is there a sheet we could refer to say, hey, this is what he supports? I'm working on that right now. I'm going to be making some 4x6 postcards that have basically my main stance, my main platform, and different things like that. And you can always refer them to replacetomcotton.com. But I have a pretty progressive agenda. I finally got my new business cards in. Let's see here. I don't know if you can see those. A big old ugly mug. So it's got my name, independent candidate for U.S. Senate Arkansas. My phone number is on there. You can call my phone number, text me at any time. I always respond. P.O. box is on there. That's where you're going to mail the signature sheets. My email, replacetomcotton.com. And on the back of my card, now my platform, I call it the Arkansans platform for the people, because I am going to bring representation to the people. And this is how I'm going to do it. Medicare for all. Lowering taxes for the working class families. Ending profit wars. Decriminalizing cannabis and expunging cannabis charges. And campaign finance reform. These are just some of the big points on my platform that I wanted to put on my card. And I'm a progressive independent for Arkansas who is by the people for the people. And then I put a Mr. Austin. Thank you so much, Mr. Austin. You're awesome. He helped me get a QR code on there. So if you end up with one of these business cards, you can actually just take your phone and put your camera over it. Let's see. Do you want to show? No? Can I see your phone real quick? All right, check out how cool this is, everybody. Where's your camera? You have a million apps on your phone.
Right there.
There we go. Okay. So here's her phone. Can they see it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you just put the card there.
Right there.
And then you tap the top. It takes you straight to my website. How cool is that? Gotta love technology. So I do have QR codes on my new cards. They're pretty awesome. I love them. I'm trying to get them handed out and sent out. Whenever I send signature sheets out, I'll put a few of these cards in with them. That way you can see, have something to show people while they're getting the signatures. So let's see here. Is there a sheet we could refer to? So in those 4x6 cards, I'll have those... I should be able to get those printed out. Is there a bottle of water over here, hon?
I'll get you some.
Oh, thank you. I'll get those 4x6 cards printed and sent out here in the next week or so. And I'll start putting those 4x6 cards in with the volunteer paperwork as well. And I'll be handing them out more readily. That way people will have something that they can refer to. Can collect signature sheets from people in Hot Springs. Lee, thank you so much, Lee. People can drop them off in the Garland County Democrat office. Awesome. So, Lee, Miranda, and Melissa. So far I have 3. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I know everyone already works a lot. We're all struggling, and to volunteer time, I know it can be stressful managing people. So thank you so much for your help. I do appreciate it. Let me see here. Do I have any other... yeah, sorry, Mr. Ab. I've been pretty sick. I'm finally getting over it, but I still have a cough, a little congestion. Almost there. Getting better. All right, so I'm all cut up on comments. I've gone through everything. We're already at about 6:45, so what I'll do is I'll just give a quick summary of everything we talked about. This week we had Nikki's birthday party. I think we collected like 70 signatures. A lot of signatures. We ended up with, I think, like close to $100 in donations. I went to the Garland County Farm Bureau meeting in Hot Springs. Mr. Ricky Harrington, he signed my petition. We had a great talk again. I wish we could run as running mates because him and I would make a great team to represent the people. Just too bad he's a libertarian, and the Libertarian Party wants to cut all of our benefits and make our government super small. I don't think making our government super small is the answer. I think taking the corruption out of our government so that it doesn't have to be super small is the answer. I went to the Western Sizzling Senior Democrat meeting. I got, I think, like 35 signatures that day, so that was really awesome. I went to the Northwest Arkansas Community College for the Benton County Farm Bureau Candidate Forum, and I got to speak there for about 3 minutes. I got 2 pages of signatures. So I guess 20 signatures at a Republican event wasn't too bad. And then I was able to go out for 4 hours myself to the revenue office, and I was able to collect 80 signatures that day. So, upcoming events. On Monday, I'll be going to the Benton County Democrat meeting at the Golden Corral. I'll be there maybe around 12:15, and I'll stay until 1:15, and then I have to go. I'm going to use my lunch break to attend that. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to Paris for, was it the Garland? No, not the Garland. Let me see here. Let me just make sure I have this on here correct. Okay, Tuesday, Paris for the Logan County Democratic meeting. And I believe they're actually going to let me speak there too, for anyone that's going to be in that area and wants to hear, or if you have any questions, or you just want to sign, you can come and meet me there. But that's it, actually. Just Monday and Tuesday. Monday lunch, Tuesday 5:30 the meeting for Logan County. That's all I have until the end of February. So if you would like to get something scheduled between now and then, let me know. And, you know, I think this weekend is mostly free. I wish I had my calendar book. So yeah, just let me know if you have anything the rest of this month that you want me to come and talk to a group of people. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Karen. It's my honor. I'm so humbled to have so many wonderful people showing their support. We are so sick and tired of the way that we are being treated as the constituents of Arkansas, because our representation is not representing us. And it is my honor, and I'm very lucky to have the duty to be able to bring actual representation to the people of Arkansas. It's definitely, you know, something that I never thought I would be able to do. I never thought I would want to do, and never thought I would have to do. But I'm glad that I am able to do it, and that we will actually have change coming, because we need change. We can't afford to keep going down the same path we're going, that's for sure. Lee, I wish you could have had a chance to speak at National Park. Oh, I know, Lee. I was actually very surprised they didn't let me speak. I was messaging Ricky afterwards. He didn't know he wasn't going to speak either. So we both made a drive. I drove 427 miles that evening to go speak at that event. And, 3.5 hours there, 3.5 hours back. And it was a long day for me, and I was sick. So I ended up pulling over at a truck stop, and I slept in my car for about 3 hours. So I got home at like 4:30 in the morning that next day. That was a long day for me. Let's see. Yes, Mr. John, I do need to get into the Delta region. I'm working on getting an 8-hour Q&A scheduled over at Jonesboro at ASU. And then I also do want to go a little bit further south, like, of course, to West Memphis. I'm trying to get a West Memphis Q&A scheduled right now. It will be at a gun range, but gun range in West Memphis should be pretty safe. But it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm working on getting over towards the Delta area as well. I've still got about 10 more minutes, Mr. Ed. It's not a political group, but Arkansas Women Influence has weekly coffee on Friday. But yeah, depending on where it is, actually, I have work on Friday. Depending on where it is and what time possibly, I'll leave my office at 12 o'clock noon, and then I have to be back there by 1:30. So if it's in the afternoon time and it's close by, I could do it. Other than that, I have work on Friday, unfortunately. And thank you so much, Annie. I can't wait to make it back to Jasper. Oh no, where did they go? Now I'm going to look for them. Awesome. Anybody who ever goes to Jasper, make sure you go to the Ozark Cafe. It is the best food ever. Their French fries are delicious and they're reasonably priced. Make sure you tip your wait staff. But yeah, I love Jasper. I can't wait to go back. Let's see here. Try to get into the Delta. Yes, I will, sir. And then maybe a holiday. Maybe a holiday. Not sure exactly what you mean, but I don't know what holidays are coming, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Website, I updated the upcoming event section on the website, so make sure if you want to have me come out for a Q&A, just go to the upcoming events on replacetomcotton.com, and you can see see a time where I'm available, and then you can message me. We'll get another time scheduled for you, and I'll come out and meet with y'all. Oh no, I can't take off work like that. My boss will fire me. My boss made it very clear that my political aspirations do not come above my work for my company. Let's see here. So FEC filing was completed, which is super awesome. We did our first FEC filing. I'm not sure how long it takes for the FEC to go through and upload it for the public to see, but everyone should be able to go see all of our donations and all of our expenses and things like that. Our guest interviews, I'm going to break them into 2 separate live streams. So if you would like to be a guest and you would like to come out and, talk what it's like about, living in Arkansas through your career or living in Arkansas with a medical condition or something like that, let me know and we will do a live stream during the week. And then I will be doing my weekend update just like this with just me. So it just takes 1 hour and I don't take too much of y'all's time. Yeah, I've worked in the oil fields of Southeast Arkansas before. I do need to head down that way, like El Dorado area. We'll do that soon. Will I be on the ballot for Super Tuesday? No, Sue. So as an independent, my primary is to get 10,000 verified signatures. So you don't have to vote for me on the primary. You just have to sign my petition. And on May 1st, when I turn in my hopefully 17,500 signatures, because they're going to throw out a lot of them, then that will give me access to be on the ballot in November. Going to the county courthouse tomorrow unless it's pouring rain to promote Bernie. I'm planning on taking your signature sheet. Oh, thank you so much, Leslie. I have endorsed Bernie Sanders. I am a Bernie supporter, mostly because he woke me up to the corruption in our government. He's the one who showed me, hey, look, Tom Cotton took $8.4 million from the Koch brothers, and then he voted on legislation that repealed the estate tax. And then when one of the Koch brothers died, that saved them $25 billion. He showed me how this is a pay-to-play government and how our representatives aren't representing us, but they're special interest donors. And that's why I'm even running for office, because that corruption needs to go. We need true representation here in America. Otherwise, I can't even say it's going to get worse because it's already pretty terrible, and we're starting to see that. When corporations are paying less taxes than the working class, when billionaires are paying a lower tax bracket than the working class, when corporations and billionaires are not paying taxes at all, while we're paying like 30% of our income to taxes, there are a lot of big problems going on, and those are a lot of the problems that I plan to address and take care of as a representative for one of the poorest states in America. So let's see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all of the comments on there. It is about 5 minutes early, but it has been a long day for me. I'm going to go drink a gallon of water with some emergency in it and make a steak and a salad and a venison steak. Oh, I'm excited. And y'all have a good night. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to come and catch up with my update. I'll do my next update, I think, on Saturday at 6 p.m. I only have 2 events right now for the upcoming week. The Benton County Democratic meeting tomorrow at noon. And then Tuesday, the Paris Logan County Democrat meeting at 5:30 p.m. in Paris. Not France, but Arkansas. And yeah, so awesome. Thank you all again so much for all your support. Let's get those signatures in. As soon as you get some, a sheet filled out, if you can afford to mail them, get them on into me. Right now, This is the stack. I don't want to like show everybody's information, but this is the stack of signature sheets I have. It's freaking huge. We got a lot. We have a long ways to go, but I mean, this right here, this is amazing. This is support. This is y'all's hard work, and this is only what you guys have been able to send to me. So keep it up, and you know, y'all have a good evening. Stay away from sick people like me. God bless y'all, and God bless America.